interesting part of that conversation is the subtle threat from the Dr. Zubairu, who represented Geoffrey Onyema in that meeting, saying the federal government will not take it lightly. You will not take it lightly. This is about, today is the 16th, so have less than 10 days to the elections. Monday, there was sit at home in the southeast. Next week, Monday, there will be sit at home, few days to the election. You haven't done anything. You've not taken it as a government. You've not taken any proactive step to ensure that the Southeasterners can confidently come out to vote. With this threat from Simon Ekpa-led agitators group, I wouldn't want to call it a Biafra agitator, but not IPOB, because IPOB said it's not one of them. So with this threat hanging on their neck, and the election just a few days away, and you have not even done anything, 2 weeks to the election, to ensure that you're safe, begin to map the territories and ensure that you come out these guys wherever they may be. Position yourself to make this people feel safe. And now you're talking about you will do this, will not take it lightly. It brings to the fore, for weeks now, IPOB wrote the Finland government saying this guy is a criminal, he's a terrorist, he has no business doing what he's doing. Ohaneze has also played a $50,000 bounty on his head. All of these efforts have come from the same Southeasterners that has been said they are not doing anything about it. Yet the federal government is just telling us yesterday that they will not take it lightly. So it means that nothing is on ground. Let's get to have you react to this, please.
Well, I think it's typical of the way this government has reacted to issues. We just spoke a while ago about the president's address coming too late in the day after the damage would have been done in the aftermath of the Naira redesign policy and the outburst that followed it. I think it's in keeping with character. So one is not surprised that the government left it late until now to even interact with the Finnish government. But I think it also says a lot about the way we run our foreign affairs. Finland is supposed to be a friend to Nigeria. I mean, that explains why it has an embassy in Nigeria and a full ambassador, not a charge d'affaires or any other diplomat of a lower rank. So one would have expected the Nigerian authorities to have liaised with the Finns long before now to see ways of, I mean, if you're a friendly country to another country, it's counterintuitive for you to be harboring someone who represents a threat to the security or the territorial integrity of that country. So I think Nigerians should have, used their leverage over the Finns or their friendship with the Finns to lean on the Finns to do something to aid the government. And then I also do not know if there is any, extradition agreement with Nigeria and Finland. If there were, Nigeria should also officially write to the Finns asking for an activation of that, asking that the individual involved there be extradited to Nigeria, because he has made statements that have inflamed passions and have led to breakdown of law and order in some parts of Nigeria. Indeed, the organization on those platforms he claims to be campaigning has disowned him several times. So I think the government needs to do more in using its relations with other countries to see how that can benefit Nigeria. I mean, these days we live in a world where things are connected. Foreign affairs is connected with security. So if we run our diplomacy properly, we can get as much assistance as possible from our partners abroad that will aid in ensuring even domestic security.
All right, Godwin.
It up from the bilateral relationship Nigeria has shared with Finns so far. I want to ask at this point and get your reactions, Mr. Eric. At this point, do you think that the Nigerian being the giant of Africa, we have been able to exercise our sovereign rights on inviting? One should think that at this point the Nigerian government should be instructing the Finn. What do you think about our sovereign rights as a nation and Finn giving us their feedback so far? What's your reaction? Because it doesn't add up from my part. I don't know what you think about it.
In the giant of Africa, any country can make any claims for itself. I mean, the proof of gianthood is in action. It's in the kind of respect you command amongst African countries. But I think this is just basic diplomatic exchange. In situations like this, it's typical for the foreign affairs minister of a country to summon the ambassador of another country. It's a first step towards other kinds of measures that may be taken. If in the thinking of the Nigerian government, the Finnish government is not doing enough, or if in the thinking of the Nigerian government, nothing has come up after this engagement with the Finnish ambassador, Nigeria can then escalate the matter by possibly,